Welcome students. Today we will start with NCERT Class 11 Economics Part A Chapter 6 Concept of Cost. So let's start.
First we will know the meaning of cost of production. By the cost of production we mean the cost of purchasing inputs. To produce any given output, combined service of the various factors of production would be necessary. When an entrepreneur undertakes an act of production, he has to pay prices for the factors. He pays wages to the labor employed, prices for the raw materials, fuel and power used, rent for the building he hires for the production work, and interest on the money borrowed. All these are included in the cost of production, and this cost is known as explicit cost or actual cost. The estimate value of inputs supplied by the owner of the firm is called implicit cost. For example, imputed salaries of the owners, imputed rent of the building of the owners, etc. Next, short-run cost. Short-run costs are those in which some factors of production are fixed and others are variable. So it is divided into two parts, that is fixed cost and variable cost. Fixed costs are those costs of production which do not change with a change in output. These are incurred on fixed factors like rent of land and building, interest, etc. Fixed costs are also called overhead costs or unavoidable costs because these are common for all the units produced. These costs are called supplementary or indirect costs. For example, suppose that the land on which the factory is situated has an annual rent of rupees 1000. Obviously, the amount of this rent will not have any relationship with the amount of output produced in the factory. Whether the output is 10 tons or 100 tons, the rent would be rupees 1000. In fact, the rent would be the same even if the factory is temporarily closed down. For this reason, the rent on land is a fixed cost. Similarly, a firm cannot have half a manager just because it is producing a low level of output. So, salary of a manager is another example of fixed cost. Variable cost. To produce any required level of output, the firm in the short run can adjust only variable inputs or factors. Variable inputs can be varied in the short run. The cost of such input is called the variable cost. The variable costs are also known as the direct cost or avoidable cost. Some of the examples of variable costs are wages of temporary staff, payment for raw materials, payment for fuel and power, interest on short-term loans, etc. Next, average cost. We may now proceed to derive the average fixed cost, the average variable cost, and the average total cost from the total cost. Average fixed cost. The per unit cost incurred on fixed factors of production is known as average fixed cost. That is, AFC equal to TFC divided by output. The shape of AFC curve is a rectangular hyperbola as area under AFC curve remains same at different levels of output. Average variable cost. The per unit cost incurred on variable factors of production is known as average variable cost. That is, AVC equal to TVC divided by output. So you see here in this diagram, initially AVC decreases as output increases, but after reaching the stage of minimum cost, it starts increasing. It is so because in the initial stage of production, the law of increasing return to a factor operates, but after a point, the law of diminishing returns begin to operate. Increasing returns imply decreasing cost and the diminishing returns means increasing cost. AVC curve thus is U-shape. Average total cost. The per unit cost incurred on various factors of production is known as average cost. In other words, It is the sum total of average variable cost and average fixed cost. That is, ATC equal to TC divided by output. Since TC equal to TFC plus TVC, therefore TVC plus TFC divided by output equal to TVC divided by output plus TFC divided by output equal to AVC plus AFC. Next, marginal cost. The cost incurred on additional unit of output is known as marginal cost. Suppose that the total cost of producing 5 units of a commodity is rupees 36, which goes to rupees 45 when 6 units are produced. The marginal cost of producing 6 units is rupees 9, that is 45 minus 36. Next, why is the MC curve U-shape? The marginal cost curve is U-shape. The shape of MC curve is governed by the law of variable proportions. Initially, as employment of the variable factor increases, the marginal product of the factor increases. Then after a certain point, it decreases. As a result, initially MC falls and after a point it rises. Therefore, MC curve is U-shaped. Next, interrelationship between cost. Relationship between ATC, AVC, AFC and MC. You see here in this diagram, initially as output increases, AVC and ATC fall and then rise as output increases. The distance between the ATC curve and the AVC curve gets smaller as output increases. AFC is a high percentage of ATC at early levels of output and low percentage of ATC as output increases. Alternatively speaking, AVC is a low percentage of ATC at early levels of output and high percentage of ATC at higher levels of output. This is why at higher level of output, ATC comes closer to AVC. However, ATC and AVC curves never intersect each other. Since AFC can never be 0 or negative, ATC will always be greater than AVC. Marginal cost curve like ATC and AVC curves falls in the beginning, then it intersects the AVC and ATC curve at the minimum points B and C respectively. Q2 is the capacity output where ATC curve reaches the minimum point. The output that corresponds to minimum AC is called capacity output. MC is less than AC when AC is falling and more than the AC when AC is rising. However, MC curve cuts the AC curve from below at the minimum point of AC. So students, the remaining topics we will continue in the next video. Thank you.